Yesterday was the deadliest.
Does it need to be on the news 24/7?
I like being in control of my life.
There's a lot of reaching out.
All of this as the death toll in the U.S. approaches 28,000. And tonight, Governor Andrew Cuomo now ordering the wearing of masks to keep the virus in check.
When you look around, there's no question that the world we're living in is unlike anything we've ever seen before. As a storyteller, I believe that things like this should be documented. So I want to try and understand the impact of being isolated from the rest of the world. So I put some feelers out to see if any of my friends wanted to share their thoughts on isolation. And we're live on Facebook. Let's hope we got some people interested in getting interviewed. So how has COVID impacted your life?
COVID's impacted every single aspect of my life. Work for one, I was part of a group layoff, so completely out of one job. And then because I got sick, I was also quarantined and have not been able to go back to work at the vet at all yet.
All my classes have been moved online. The lectures aren't as great as they used to be because some of them are pre-recorded, so it's not even the same environment.
I had to cut a vacation short by 4 days, spend a lot more money on a ticket home, which is minimal compared to the whole isolation aspect of everything.
I mean, I work in a grocery store, but I live with my parents, and my dad has some pre-existing health conditions, so I went on leave from work.
It has impacted my sleeping schedule more than I would have thought.
It's just a lot of trying to understand what I'm doing with school to keep my GPA up.
I have a parent who is by herself, so there's a lot of reaching out to her, making sure that she's not feeling as isolated because she doesn't have that network of people to help her through it day to day.
And really, that's the thing. Staying connected is super important.
Lack of social interaction can make us feel lonely, isolated, or depressed. Many people are struggling with the same feelings and are eager for a connection.
For me, I've been trying to create more. The more I create, I found the less lonely I feel. But there was definitely weeks where I was struggling with loneliness and not feeling connected.
Sure, it is exciting to be home, but there's another half to go with it.
But even though everybody's distancing, it's super neat to see how there's different trends that are actually bringing people together, getting conversations started and getting people connected.
Office star John Krasinski sent out a prom invitation on Instagram.
Would you say you're less connected with people, more connected?
I feel like my connection with people right now, it's not like I'm out of contact. It's just a different way of being in contact with them.
I make sure that I reach out to people that I know that don't have roommates or friends or family with them, and I reach out to them a little bit more.
Personally, I haven't seen anyone in 2 weeks, and it's starting to chew at me a bit.
Listen, we live in a society where people need to be talking to people. We're super dependent on each other. It's how we became the species we are today. But we can't be together physically right now. That's just the reality, which leads us to live in a different world. And when you look around, the world is different, very different. This is my favorite part of the city, and I can tell you it's never this dead, ever. So in this different world, how do we stay connected with what's going on? We have to stay home, stay safe. We're depending on the news.
Yesterday was the deadliest day in New York.
These measures will help save lives.
The number of cases continues to stabilize.
Now a tiger at a zoo in New York.
For some people, this has to be overwhelming. Not everybody can handle this much news. What are your thoughts on news coverage lately?
I'm not a news guy. I usually find it's depressing, but I do like to keep up with the stat.
I mean, I try not to pay attention to it too much, just because I feel like if I was like tuned into it constantly, I'd probably go nuts. Does it need to be on the news 24/7? Probably not.
I actually really think the news coverage has been fantastic. Whether you want to agree or disagree with what politicians are doing or saying or thinking, I have personally really appreciated the fact that even if it takes a couple extra days to get some information out, it's congruent, because the entire country needs to get news at once. Daily updates, when have we ever had that before?
And the news can be scary. The news can be really scary. which makes me wonder if people are feeling this fear, if people are scared. Are you scared of COVID?
I'm a little scared of what's happening. This is like historical. Our kids are going to learn this in high school. I had a job lined up for me this summer that I was going to make a lot of money in, and that was canceled. People are being laid off. No one really knows what's going to happen, and I like being in control of my life, and now I'm not in control of anything.
Scared is the wrong term. I'm definitely worried probably about the long term. Short term, there's nothing any of us can do about it. I'm a day-to-day guy, so you can only do what you can do day to day. I think long term, there's going to be a lot of changes. I think that will carry through. There's no control over that, so why worry about it or why stress about it?
I wouldn't say scared. I would say like maybe concerned would be a better word. But mainly I think that's because like a lot of people still aren't adhering to the guidelines. Like if people would just stay home and not go to parties and hang out with their friends and everything, this could probably be contained a bit faster, but I don't know. So no, I wouldn't say I'm scared. I would say I'm more concerned.
I personally have been talking to a lot of my friends about their fear and their anxiety and what they're scared about right now. I'm not actually in any way. My health is one thing. I know I'm in an age category that it's not a big threat, so I'm really not scared there. As far as economics is concerned, I know that's a massive fear for a lot of people. A lot of people are very scared about what their job situations are going to look like after this. I'm pretty confident that I'll just adapt to kind of what needs to be done. So I'm more excited than anything. Doesn't make me glad this has happened. It's just that I do see a lot of innovation coming out of this, and I see a lot of opportunity coming out of this.
I think the silver lining here is that the fear that people are feeling is usually temporary. It's scary, but it's not crippling fear. This is really just proving how strong of individuals we are, how strong as a society we are. When things scare the living shit out of us and we've never experienced them before, those are the things that teach us the lessons that make us the people that we are. Those are the things that we are experiencing now. The entire world is being forced to go through this. So the silver lining is that despite all this fear and this uncertainty and all these crazy things happening, the silver lining is that people are stronger than they know they are, and these people are really proving that. Studying isolation has shown me that people are stronger than they know, and it's shown me that we're all learning something. And we have to take with that as we will. The good days, the bad days, the ups, the downs, the tiredness, the wanting to lay in bed, to the wanting to be able to go out and do crazy things. We just gotta go with it.